Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to another Dead in Hip Hop live here on Wednesday, a little after 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What's up? What's good with you?
There's an echo. Yeah,
Oh,
it just
on
popped
the
up.
TV. Yeah. Sorry for the delay. We getting some setup going in here. Huh? Is that up on your computer? Where's it coming from? Oh, yo, it's coming from the TV. Yo, saying something. Do we still? How we sound? We sound all right?
Like, yo, I know I'm getting old, but shit, nigga, I hear that.
Yeah. All right. So we good?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, man. Welcome back to another Dead in Hip Hop Live, man, here on Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A little, like I said, a little after 9 p.m. Sorry for the delay. This is like a last minute type of live, man. Since we wasn't doing a listening this week, we be trying to do, you know, the lives like on the off weeks that we're not doing the listening. But I'm your host Rod, aka Modest Media. To my right, Kenneth B. Inge.
What up? What up? What up?
To my left, FIFO 24/7.
What it do?
And as you can see, BZ430 is not present today. He is out of town, doing grown man things. So shout out to BZ430, man. If y'all know, man. He, I guess he says it at this point. B got married, man. It's his anniversary. It's 1 year.
It's
1
crazy.
year.
It's been a year already, bro.
It didn't even seem like it's been 1 year. So yeah, B is off doing his anniversary thing, man. So shout out to BZ430. But yeah, man, tonight we Ken brought a topic here through our chat. He threw a couple in there, man, and it was regarding gatekeeping. It was a video he came across with Chris King,
Curtis
King,
King. Yeah.
Curtis King.
Yeah.
Tell us about what you saw.
Well, I think it's interesting because it's a conversation that has been had, and he did a conversation on this based off of a topic that Two Chainz, Larry June, and Alchemist had on the Breakfast Club. So he reacted to that on his channel. The reason why I thought it was interesting, and we can get into a couple of things that he said on there, was the listening last week. And I don't know if you guys recall, but Vic Spencer, when he was on here, he specifically mentioned to us, and I believe that was on air, about thanking us for not gatekeeping the platform. And he thanked I Am God for not gatekeeping on his end as well.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. And then, of course, I came across, this video by Curtis King. So shout out to Curtis King for doing that. So it felt like the universe was kind of
Pulling us
speaking.
into this conversation.
Yeah.
I can see that. I feel that. Okay, cool. Before we get deeper into this conversation, I just want to kind of give a brief of how we got here. Super chats are on. We're gonna keep those on until about, I guess at this point, like 9:40 maybe.
Yeah, that's
9:40.
cool. Yeah.
We keep the super chats on to 9:40. So send those in now. There could be questions, statements, stickers, whatever. If you want your voice to be heard on this show, definitely send those super chats in so we can address those towards the tail end of the show. Also, another thing I want to mention to you guys, man, we do have a new Patreon level. I brought it up on the last live we did, and we're going to be promoting it very heavily coming up soon. But it is called the request line, where you can request just about any review you want us to do, man. Like it could be old, new, or whatever. And yeah, at that particular level on Patreon, you can request it and vote for which one we actually review. So we're basically elevating the classic review level at this point. So yeah, man, make sure you become a Patreon, patreon.com/dead and hip hop. I feel like I'm forgetting something. But it is all good. But yeah,
You cannot request 808s. By the way,
That's the
yeah.
only
we got
caveat.
something special for that. Yeah,
Right,
Yeah,
right.
we'll have rules up about what can and cannot.
Yeah, arcade.
Yeah.
Arcade Master said, "I'm about to request 808s."
Yeah.
Hey, if you know on that too, man. That's been a long time coming to try to do that, man. It's ridiculous that it's almost like detox at this point.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's almost like detox.
You know what's
for dead
funny?
hip-hop.
Real quick, shout out to Frames Per Second podcast. We did finally our friend Martin, so that's up on Patreon right now. And people were commenting like, this is this version of 808s for Frames, because we had been talking about it for so long and we never got around to it.
Yeah.
So we finally got around to it. So and they love it. They say this probably review of the year so far.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, they do love it. I was yeah. Y'all just got to go watch it. Frames Per Second podcast. That's me, Mike, Ken, and Spike on that show. So yeah, definitely check that out. But yeah, man. Without further ado, man, we'll jump into this conversation. We don't want to keep y'all here too long tonight, man. We just want to kind of come in and address this and get to you guys super chats. So like I said, definitely send those in. Do we need more or less gatekeeping in hip hop? Is how Ken titled this. I'll start with you, FIFO, because you haven't really said anything about it. First of all, what do you define as gatekeeping?
Mm-hmm. I think the way I look at it today, right, because we're kind of sort of in the industry, but not really, right? Like we're kind of like an independent label. Back when we first started 14 years ago, I felt everything was gatekeeping. But now that, and that's a primary reason why we started that in hip hop, you know what I'm saying? To have our like, we always felt we were the voice of the people.
Okay.
And I feel like this about, hold on, let me define gatekeeping. Gatekeeping is when you have the ability to put somebody on something. You know what I'm saying? There's multiple different levels, but you hold it back for your own personal gain. You know what I'm saying? Or for that person not to be able to rise above you. You know, and I feel like hip hop has always had a lot of that. And that's what gatekeeping is. Now, do we need it or do we not? And that's obviously the question. I feel for us as Dead in Hip Hop, we've never been gatekeepers. We've always put people onto what we thought was dope, right? We've always made connections, right? With on the joint, you know, there was artists that voiced their them to us like, hey, you know, I've always been trying to work with this producer, and we got them to work with that producer. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we've always been a platform to connect the dots. However, sometimes I hear Ken make certain points like a Post Malone. You know what I'm saying? Coming into hip hop, utilizing hip hop, and then dismissing hip hop once they're put on. Should we gatekeep against vultures? You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm kind of like, is it necessary or should it just be free flowing? So I'm honestly in the middle, because I feel like
It's circumstantial.
it is circumstantial to a degree, because I don't think that if you have a love or a passion for hip hop, you shouldn't gatekeep this. You know what I'm saying? You should definitely put people on to help them get to whatever next level it is that they need to get to. And I don't think that you should withhold information or, you know, not connect the dots for people. Like that is some sucker shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that is corny, as Alchemist said on The Breakfast Club. I 100% agree with that. But at the same time, I feel that and here's the thing, you may not know a vulture, you know, before their actions make them a vulture.
Before they ate you up.
You know what I'm saying? Like you may not know, so it may be unfair to gatekeep somebody that is not a vulture. You know what I'm saying? But you won't know. Like only in due time will you know if that person's a vulture or not. So that's why I'm kind of like on the fence. But ultimately, me personally, hell no. I've never been about gatekeeping. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that I definitely I think it's corny, and I don't think that we need it. but I do see circumstantially where it is beneficial to the culture to make sure we keep people that don't have the same love and passion out of it and being able to destroy it.
I think gatekeeping comes from like poverty, right? Like I think it comes from that whole like crab in the barrel mentality, like you know what I'm saying, that we all can't make it out. And I feel like there's a what am I trying to say? There's something that's been placed on our communities to make us think that. And I think that's where gatekeeping for me stems from, because I'm taking it deeper than just like hip hop. I'm talking about like job opportunities, right? Just in general. Like I've always seen people with the mentality of like, you know, I mean, we talk about it now, like the whole DEI thing, like you know what I'm saying. That's why that's a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like just opening up more opportunities for people. You feel what I'm saying? So when I look at, I think that just spills over into hip hop. You know, like especially being that hip hop is a predominantly black genre of culture or whatnot. So you take a bunch of black folks that not used to having anything and like quote unquote making it out. They're thinking, well, dang, everybody can't come. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't go. And I think it really comes from that, unfortunately, that whole, like I said, the crab and barrel mentality. If I get him the information now, he might take my job. The one job that they letting us have, or the 5 jobs that they letting us have, or whatnot.
But isn't that the truth though? Like everybody can't go. Like because everybody isn't necessarily poised.
Then they won't go.
But they want to.
If they can't, then they won't. Like there are reasons why they wouldn't be able to go. So yeah, everybody can't go. Isn't that a Benny?
Yeah, it's a Benny. Yeah, I mean he said
it. You know, those that can will, and those that are not able to won't. I think it's really that simple. You know, so you can show somebody the way, you can give them, the information, but they may not be as good as you or the next person, and utilizing the information to get to the next step. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if it's just that. I think it's just embedded. Like you know what I'm saying. I think circumstances have created that specifically for black folks. I think, man, real talk. Yeah, I really think that's what it was. It's cool that you like myself aren't gatekeepers. Like I know when Isaiah came on, I try to give him as much game as I possibly can, like bring him to shoots or whatever. But it's some people out there that won't do that. You know what I'm saying? Some people out there like, well, no, he might take my job. You know what I'm saying? So I think that applies to hip hop, especially when you have situations of like how these industries promote when you get #1 sales. So if I'm an artist and I'm popping, and I can get certain type of benefits from being #1, why would I give somebody else that secret sauce? You know what I'm saying? Why would I give somebody else that secret as to how to take my spot?
Because at least for me, this is my viewpoint on it.
Yeah.
Right. I always feel, I believe life should be reciprocal, and I feel that I don't help people with the thought of them helping me. But I would like to believe that if I was instrumental in helping you establish yourself or get to certain points, that when you see an opportunity from me, you're going to lend the same helping hand that I gave you. I don't do it to get that. Like if I help somebody get somewhere and they never help me, it's like, okay, it's whatever. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm praising your glory. I'm praising your, you know what I'm saying? Everything that you've been able to manufacture for yourself. I don't want no praise. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no handout. But at the same time, if there's like you get to a #1 spot and I helped you get to that #1 spot, why wouldn't you reciprocate that for me? You know what I'm saying? And to me, I look at it, it's going to help you stay longer. You know what I'm saying? There's something in on Dead End Sports that Nick always says why he messes with Aaron Rodgers, because he says he always gets his guys paid. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain wide receiver group that Aaron Rodgers just fucks with. And wherever he goes, it's like, nah, you got to bring him, you got to bring him, you got to bring him, pay him, and pay him. You want me, you got to bring them. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that is how it should be. Like, because now you're creating a tribe. Now you're creating a movement. You know what I'm saying? So to me, gatekeeping, it shouldn't happen, but you should always want to bring people with you, even if it means that that person might be your boss. It may mean that that person is at a higher level than you. That's fine, but you're part of that person's inner circle now.
Well, and there were parts of that Curtis mentioned in the video. But I did like what he said with this point. He said, because if I recall correctly, he was kind of 50-50 on it as well. But the one thing he said that stood out to me was about having stricter rules for people that want to get into the culture. And that was similar to what you said, FIFO, in terms of, some of the guys that came in and used hip hop for their own personal gain and then left and then talked disparagingly about it. Like Post Malone is one. And sometimes you can tell who these clowns are, and from the jump. Like you can probably see if I'm talking about them, then it's probably something to be concerned about. Like Lil Dicky was one, and Post Malone was another. Jack Harlow is one. Don't let Jack Harlow fool y'all. He's another one. He's already doing country songs now. So there are these guys where you can tell if they're genuine or not. Like Eminem, people could tell Eminem was sincere. Like he really was about it, and that's why people loved and respected him. And not the point, to just spotlight white artists, but they're the ones that came in and made it about them. The ones that came in and used it. So do we need more or less gatekeeping in hip hop? I think we need to get tougher. I think we need to be a little bit more stringent. But I also think, Rod, you're right. It's about circumstances. Like it's very circumstantial. So when it comes to dope music, do we need to gatekeep that? Absolutely not. If somebody's dope, they're dope. But there's this thing that happens where if you look societally at this thing, and I forgot the name of the artist or the writer who did a whole book about this, but it was about I can't think of what it was. But basically, when you have a band you just discovered a person, and they're so-called underground, and then it was about selling out.
Okay.
And you have an underground band that you like that's dope, and then they get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then now everybody knows them. People tend to not like that band anymore because one, they're either sold out, or two, they've gone mainstream and they don't like them anymore. They could still be making the same music, but nevertheless, there's something psychologically that disconnects them from there because it became this thing that they had, and they feel like now the whole world has it, so it's not as cool. And if I can think of the writer's name, I'll mention it. But, I think when music, and going back to what Vic Spencer said, that's why I thought what he said was very interesting. Because we don't aim to do that intentionally. Our goal is to try to find dope artists. We just have limited bandwidth. So what are different ways we can share that?
Yeah.
I do feel like we have been gatekept from a lot of things.
Oh, 100%.
So
100%.
I definitely feel the impact of that and how it relates to us from what we've been doing and from the business side of things. But, when we first started, if there were people that didn't have as many streams as us, we reached down and we back then would do videos with them. We're looking to get back into that, so we're talking to people that are dope regardless of following us or whatever. Fantano did that for us. He didn't have to do that. He could have gatekept his whole platform, and but he helped us out, and now we're able to share what we do with the world, and people 14 years later still like it. So that's how I kind of look at it.
So I will say this: Donald Dump in the chat. I like the name, by the way. I agree with him. He says maybe not gatekeeping, but we definitely need more taste making. Black people are becoming less influential in deciding what is cool to the broader culture. Hip hop's our values are being threatened. And here's the thing: like when he said that, to me, the ultimate tastemaker in hip hop, in my opinion, right now, West Side Gun.
Because he's putting so many people on and bringing people back and stuff like that.
Yes,
yeah,
but even beyond that, I just saw him post. I don't remember. I don't know if it was Threads, Twitter, IG, one of the social medias, where he was talking about how like he's giving back, like everything he does is art. You know what I'm saying? And he was talking about like his kids and how he's putting them on and stuff like that. And I feel like West Side Gun is the epitome of what a tastemaker hip hop is.
Yeah, because even like he's not even afraid to like shout out like people like us and things like that. Like so I always like that about him. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
When he's bringing back the past, the present, the future, man. Like he's definitely on that. So but I was gonna say something about when you said gatekeeping. Oh, okay, yeah.
And also, I think that was a dope line by 2 Chainz when he said, "I don't gatekeep. I want everybody to eat." Which kind of goes back to what you were talking about. Rod is like we all in this ideally together.
Yeah,
you don't really know people's underlying intentions. They may be a shitball or whatever.
Yeah,
but
I remember what I was gonna say.
Okay, go ahead.
What I was gonna say. I don't know if it's a situation where it's gatekeeping with like a Post Malone or a Jack Harlow. I feel like industry is gonna push them anyway, regardless if we be like they whack, they this or whatever. I feel like they're gonna be pushed to the forefront. Now us as like reviewers or tastemakers or whatever, we can be like, nah, this is whack. Don't let them feed you this. Now we could say something like that, but I think artists like that are going to get pushed, like because they're popular artists. Their content is what they're trying to push to the masses. So I think stuff like that is just going to happen.
It will because these labels have a lot of power and influence. So they'll definitely buy their placements. A little payola here or there. I think that's where entities like us. With no politics, no BS, being at like our mission, and the core of what we do is, we're here to call it out. And, maybe over the years that has been to our detriment, right? And why people are like, nah, let's not, bring them into the fold because they don't play by the rules, so to speak. But yeah, I think they will be. I mean, shit, Drake did a whole lawsuit alleging that's been happening to him. So, I think they'll find a way to do it. But, I think the tastemakers thing is where, people like us and others be like, no, that's whack and that's lame. That ain't good.
Yeah. Real quick, Sean Mounts in the chat say, I disagree, Rob, because Post's biggest records were initially songs with Migos and 21 folks in the culture. But when it comes to like folks like that, the label is gonna push that. Label, like I don't know if they label mates or whatever, but I could see like labels like making those situations happening because 21 and Migos can't make those type of decisions like that to just hop on anybody's record.
I mean,
right?
at that point they're doing it for the check.
Exactly.
That's
what I was gonna say. But they have the ability to say no.
Do they if they're label mates?
Yes. You're not okay. So I think
because I thought you had access to the like
no you do
like,
so access meaning like it's easier to clear because we're signed to the same organization.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But as an artist, no, I don't want to work with that person. They can't force you to work with them. They could take a verse that is quote unquote unreleased and make it fit on this. You know what I'm saying? Because you're part of the same label and they have rights to your music.
Yeah.
So they can do something like that. But if it's something that like, hey, we want you to work and you're like, nah, I'm good.
I could see that being in the contract, bro. Like you got to be open to work with label mates. I could absolutely see these labels like trying to gatekeep and keep their artists together and things like that. I mean, we've seen it with Motown and all that. They did all that. I'm sure they did it on their own accord. They wanted to, but I'm sure absolutely they wanted to keep it all in the same game.
I don't disagree, but like Shay Noir, man, look, y'all need to fuck with the listening, bro. Like there's so many gems that these artists are giving us. But like Shay, right? Like she said something, at least that stuck with me. She was like, working with Ransom was so easy because he's independent. So whatever I want to do is it's like this.
Yeah.
So then why, like, again, like gatekeeping, because I do think labels are gatekeepers. You know what I'm saying? From a lot of different things, right?
Yeah.
I don't understand the purpose or the reason why you would sign a regular deal with a label. You know what I'm saying? Like a distribution deal.
Old
like
habits die hard. You know, I don't think a lot of people have gotten to that point. I think in that interview, 2 Chainz was talking about
this was his first independent album.
Yeah. But to your point, though, you know, and I think there may be fear in that, but that's why Larry June was like, it don't matter to me, bro. Like I have my own fan base. They can't gatekeep me because I'm good. I got people that rock with me and are solid. So, you know, a site can choose not to post me, but it won't impact me in a negative way. You know, so I thought that was really interesting, kind of tying this into what you were saying, FIFO, about being independent. If you are independent and you got your core group in place, then gatekeeping won't impact you negatively. But not a lot of people have that or are willing to even do that.
Yeah. Because to a degree, it is a risk because you don't have the push, you don't have the money, you don't have the quote unquote label mates, you don't have the machine behind you. But at the end of the day, something that Larry June said in that same interview that I agree, he's like, I got the people. I don't give a fuck about the haters as long as I got the people. And the thing is, and whenever, you know, artists ask me, you know, what my thoughts on this, that, and the third, I'm like, bro, look, first of all, are you trying to become a billionaire, right? Because if that is your goal, the chances of meeting that goal are very small and slim, right? And then the things that you have to do to get there, everybody not built for that. Number 2, if your goal is to live off of your art, then dog, all you need is 1,000 people to spend $100 with you a year. Not even a month, per year. So we're talking less than $10 a month. How can you get somebody to spend $10 a month with you with your art and you can live off of your art? So I agree, Ken, old habits do die hard and people are scared. But in all honesty, this is 2025. Like you can go and bro, you can record virtually now. You can reach out to a producer. Like there's so many things that you can do that is independent, that you don't need the labels. You don't need the gatekeepers to be successful. In my opinion, Larry June and Currency are 2 of the most successful independent artists out there. They don't have, Currency does, but Larry June don't have millions of followers. But he has enough. He talking about, I went back to back Ferrari, bro. He spent $500,000 2 times.
Yeah, if you're telling the truth. But
I don't know if he got 2 of them, but I know his car garage is for real.
I know. I think 2 things. One, social media, and to your point, has really should have opened the gates. Right, you can garnish and find a fan base by being able to put your music out there and hopefully somebody come across and like it. 2, we heard Conway before we went live go off on Flex and Hot 97 or certain people at Hot 97 because he felt like they were gatekeeping their music. Yeah. And one of the things he said is that you guys are not tapped into what's going on and they need to be replaced with some young people who are, you know, which brings me back to tastemaking. And, you know, and I think that is a really good point in making a distinction between the two and trying to figure out, making a distinction between the two. And to tie it back into the video is what Alchemist. The thing I look about Alchemist, I look at Alchemist as a tastemaker of sort himself. Because, my thoughts and opinions on Larry June are what they are. You love him. I'm like, whatever, right? I'm the haters he's talking about, you know. But Alchemist, to me, when I see him, like, okay, wait a minute, Alchemist messing with him. What does Alchemist hear? So now I'm thinking about it differently. I still don't know what he heard, but nevertheless, you know, I look at Alchemist as like a tastemaker. Alchemist, when he worked with Bolden James, I was like, oh wait, I never thought about that. And all kind of people that he worked with, because he's a tastemaker of sort, and he's not keeping like his success and everything that he's learned over the years away from people and giving them opportunity based on what he likes.
I wanted to bring up something because I heard right before we went on the air, you were playing. You was playing Conway, and he was talking about Flex, or whatever, and he was just like, he's like, Flex is a gatekeeper, weirdo DJs playing, don't play certain records or whatever. But when he was saying that, are they in control of that though? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as I knew, they could play certain things, but then there's certain things they have to play.
Okay, so let me break this down, because what you're talking about is like 2 different things. Number one, the program director is the one that controls what gets spins at a radio station. So I've always said that we need to have independent radio stations, and WDEHH sounds pretty damn good to me. Like, I really feel, because we are tastemakers, I feel like if we had our own nationally syndicated radio station, we would fucking blow a lot of these other radio stations out of the water, because I feel like we are tapped into what the majority of hip hop heads want to listen to. That's number one. Number two, in terms of the Funk Flex and Griselda beef, it started off when they were invited to go to Hot 97 and do a freestyle. And Funk Master Flex, you could watch, like, he was just kind of like, bro, like, what the hell is going on? But Benny and Conway was killing it. Like, we know that they get busy. So, obviously, it was a weird tension. Westside was very vocal about it. He was like, bro, like, I just saw my brother and my cousin kill this shit better than 95% of the people that come through here, and this dude was acting weird. So, Hot 97, and I'm assuming Funk also reached out for them to come back. So when they came back a second time, they waited about 2 to 3 hours, and Funk Master Flex never showed up. So that is what Westside and Conway and Benny, that's their gripe against Funk Master Flex and Hot 97. But radio, to me, has been the biggest gatekeeper in hip hop for as long as hip hop has been an entity.
Right.
And I feel that, YouTube and platforms, we've been able to
break that barrier.
To break the barrier a little bit. We broke the print barrier. Right? Because before YouTube and everything, it was the XXL mags. It was, the beef DVDs, the source. Yeah. It was all of those type of things. YouTube allowed platforms like ours to break that. But there's still a monopoly in the radio game.
So is streaming able to break that?
No, because that's still gatekeeping. That's still controlled by the high execs, the Apple Musics, the Spotify's. And I'll put it to you like this: the reason why it's gatekeeping is because Spotify allows major labels to buy bots to boost their artists. But if you're an independent artist, there's a cap that they allow you to stay under, because if you pass that cap, guess what? Now they shut you down. Now they say, oh, we're going to ban you because you're using bots. But you allow the big label to use it. Why I can't use it at the same level? So it's gatekeeping. So to me, the only way that we're going to be able to break the streaming gatekeeping, the radio, we need independent radio stations that are nationally syndicated.
Boy, the Canada says YouTube a gatekeeper. Hell yeah, they are. I feel like.
Oh yeah, bro. They became a gatekeeper because originally the floodgates was open.
Yeah, the floodgates was open. I'm talking about we had hundreds of thousands of views.
Like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh, them boys a little controversial. Oh, they what? No. Hey, suppress that a little bit. No. They got how many views last time? No. Slow that down. It is what it is. But you know what though? I feel like this, and I guess this is just the heart and the fight that I've always had in me. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? As long as we do it, and we do it with the same morals and integrity that we had, no politics, no BS, I don't give a fuck about the views, bro. Because my thing is it's bigger to put people onto shit that's dope. And that's what hip hop is about.
And we want to, but the thing is that we want to get it out there though.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we talk about a lot of shit here that, you know what I mean? Like, and over the years. So it is a little disheartening sometimes for it not to get out there the way it used to. So yeah. But before we get into the super chats, y'all got anything else regarding the gatekeeping stuff? I know Ken, like I said, you brought it to the table. Anything else you want to express?
No, I think I pretty much went over like most of the points and notes that I wanted to mention here. I do like the fact that we are doing the listening. I think that that's dope. And just hearing Vic Spencer say that last week was like, it felt good.
Yeah.
That we're able to, open up what we're doing to others. And yeah, man, I kind of like that we're kind of going back to first principles to a certain degree and starting over from scratch.
It was part of the mission.
Yeah.
It was always part of the mission. We literally wrote that out. Like, because I remember we were saying, like, Atlanta, we wanted to put on Atlanta artists that were unknown and things like that. But being on YouTube, obviously, created a bigger, wider space for us to be able to put on to people outside of Atlanta.
Yeah. And I think kind of what Larry June was, was saying is like we're still around because of you guys, that support us by watching, subscribing, sharing the stream, becoming patrons or YouTube members whenever you get a chance or if you're able to. Like that keeps us around, and with that, we're able to, become tastemakers for you guys and find, artists that are dope. That you guys are busy. You guys probably don't have a lot of time to go listen to this or go through this, So I'm thankful that we're able to kind of do that. And we actually got two good dope reviews that you guys might not expect coming up too, by the way.
All right, cool. Well, yeah, man. As Ken said, man, thank y'all for tuning in. When we do these lives and just tuning into the videos that we put up, even though YouTube gatekeeping. But we appreciate y'all getting to our videos somehow, some way, man, for sure. Like I said, at the top of the show, if you want more Dead End Hip Hop, make sure you become a Patreon supporter. Patreon.com/Dead End Hip Hop. We got some dope stuff coming up there. Request line, exclusive access to the listening. You can get the listening if you tune in live, but then we have the full listening afterwards on our Patreon page. That way you can hear the music and everything, because you only get the edited down version on YouTube. But without further ado, man, I want to pass it over to Ken to get to the super chats that you guys so kindly sent in to us. Again, thank you for that.
All right. Let's start with Why I'm Forever. Is there a difference between crossing over and selling out?
Ooh,
what interesting question.
I
because
feel like that should be a conversation.
So we can have that, but we had I think that was behind the paywall.
Well,
We had a conversation about that on Is the Mic Still On, and it was discussed from a hip hop perspective with Mike, Spike. Were you there? It was B. I know B was there. I was talking about the Luther documentary, and he wanted to cross over.
Maybe it sounds familiar.
Yeah, and I was like, I thought it was really interesting because the Temptations wanted to cross over, and then Luther later in his career wanted to cross over as well. And I was wondering about how that applies to hip hop and whether or not or why they haven't crossed over. And Mike brought up a point. It's on his milestone. It's part of the Patreon conversation. So is there a difference between the two? I think there is. But if you want to talk about it on the conversation, people, we can do that.
Yeah, I think we need to screenshot this because I feel like this can. Yeah, I got a lot to talk about.
All right,
that topic
All right. Next live.
I'm cool with that.
Next live.
Well, shit, it's gonna be a minute though. We got a lot of listeners lined up. We got
okay.
3 weeks in a row.
It's ever
No,
good.
I feel you 100%.
Right.
I'm for it.
What you think, Rod?
What, to do the convo or what
As
do
a
I
live?
think? I mean,
this
I'm
question
good.
live.
Yeah, man, it's a
pencil-
dope convo. It's a good
pencil that
question.
one. Yeah, give us time to put together some thoughts.
Yeah,
All
that's a
right,
good
I want to hear what you got to say too. All right, so appreciate that. I want to read this one because I did like this from the chat. And this was early on from Kente. Said gatekeeping is impossible. The standard will always slide. It's a question of representation and audience, and that is impossible to control. Okay.
That's kind of what let's see. Make sure that's. So all these slides. The question is, I don't know if I want to fully agree with it, but I feel like I was kind of saying that with the with some of the artists. Like, I don't know, like, because certain things are just pushed. I think
it was the standard with slide part that caught my attention.
Okay.
Because, if But I think that's when it's like, well, the tastemakers could keep the standards from slide. Because I feel like without gatekeeping, we got sorry ass, trash ass rap now.
So I do agree with you, Ken. The part that stands out in this statement is the standard would always slide, because when you think about, right, like, and I'm not even going all the way to the beginning, but let's just like go back to Big L, right? You compare Big L to the Migos, the standard of hip hop has completely evolved, changed, and slid.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We're not holding the Migos to the same lyrical standard that we held Big L, Big Pun, Jay-Z, Rakim, Raekwon, Method Man. You want me to keep going? Like you. So it's different now. So part of what he's saying, the slide is an interesting word. I would say the evolution, because everything evolves. Sports has evolved, right? Everything evolves. So it is impossible to gatekeep, but it is 100% possible to taste make, because I think that everything is not made for everybody, but people that have an ear for things, it is important for them to tell you what they think. And that's why our opinion is important now, because we have 14 years of listening to hip hop music. You know what I'm saying? What I think of something is important. Not saying that your opinion is not important, but what I'm saying is I put over 10,000 hours into this. Have you? If you haven't, then we can have a conversation. But my guy, I'm a professional at this now.
I got some counterpoints, but that's a combo. We'll get back to that later. But
so let's screenshot that, because I think that could be.
I already wrote it down. I already wrote the note down.
Because that's definitely a part of the question.
I already wrote it down.
Of sellout and yep.
Moving along. At Harv said, y'all the goddamn goats of this YouTube stuff.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. People, sometimes people be trying to forget. Trying to,
because we being
gatekeep us, bro. Yeah, we are, man.
They're trying to erase history.
I know, right?
They try to remove us from the books, kid.
Yeah, they trying to.
Right, they try to remove us from the books, man.
Trying to critical race theory us, get rid of us. Nah, bro. Appreciate it though. Appreciate the kind words. Ariel, if the gatekeepers are like Diddy's PR team, Breakfast Club, and Krusty Booty Funk Flex, wow, then beige gaslighters like Homane and Drakesha will always get in. Bro, you gonna get us demonetized, bro. They gonna that AI gonna go through all of that transcript and just be like, nah, we're gonna limit this. But I appreciate the super chat. Jorge, what up, fam? I hope y'all connect with Curtis King or Company Man when they have live combos, especially after the Friday Canadian streamer mess, which I have been trying to look up because I know there was something that went down with Screwface when they dug up old tweets from him, but I'm unfamiliar with this one.
Yeah, I'm not familiar.
You, Sonny?
No.
Okay.
I have an idea of what it could be, but it's a reach. So
Yeah, and I didn't really keep up with the other one. I just saw some stuff on Twitter and then kind of dipped out.
Sure. All I'm gonna say is that we have not rejected any invites. So if we get invited, I think we will play ball.
But guess who's coming on the listening though?
100%. So look,
Right.
okay. So look, Curtis King is gonna be part of the listening. Hold on. What's the date? Very soon. Hold on. Let me look. Yep. Fuck. Hold on.
Oh, I did see that. Friday said not like us is dividing black people. Hey, I didn't want to click on that, but I did see that. I thought it was crazy. But if something popping off of that, I might have to come back to that one.
Okay.
if it went crazy like that.
So we have Curtis King April 2nd for the listening. But in the previous reviews, I've given y'all the 4 people that we have coming up next. Thursday is going to be March 5th. We have Quelle Chris March 12th. And we also have Reason March 19th. And Curtis King April 2nd. And we got some other big names coming up too, but that's enough for now.
All right. Moving on, we have Jermaine, who said MCing was at its best when we had gatekeeping. All right. Okay.
see
I'll come back to that one. When we have the standards combo. Flying Indigo, do you guys know who Rob Markman is, and would y'all collab with him on an album review? Do we know
Yeah.
who Rob is?
Absolutely, you know it. Nah, yeah, Rob hit us up when Kendrick shouted us out. Rob hit us in the DM like, "Yo, man, y'all just got a major shout out from Kendrick. Just want to give y'all the heads up before it come out on MTV." So that's our relationship with Rob Markman, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think we had some little conversations after that, but nothing ever like kind of popped off or whatever. But yeah, he the homie.
We are open to collabs.
Yeah. Maybe we can reach out and see what's up, or maybe So we we trying to get back in the streets, y'all. So we'll definitely work with Rob. Rob's cool. Rob's cool people. I like what he's doing too over there with the YouTube channel that he got. So that's really dope.
You were active on Twitter and TikTok too.
I'll be paying attention out there. Only problem with gatekeeping, this from Dean. Only problem with gatekeeping, in my opinion, is the poor distinguishing of what is being gate kept. For example, I dislike gatekeeping an artist's music because I want to see their art reach a broader audience. Good point. Yeah. Sam, I guess maybe that's Samuel. I don't know. What's the best Gangsta Pat album? And is there a way to gatekeep when the entirety of the genre is controlled by the racist music industry? Bro, you kind of went there, bro.
So that's what I kind of.
Yeah, you did too.
Yeah.
But he said the words.
Oh yeah. He said,
That's why I preach independency. Fuck the music industry. Bars.
Mr. Don't Play is dope. That might be my pick.
Let me see. I don't remember fucking names like that.
Yeah, I know. I ain't even gonna try. I had to look it up.
That's the one that has Chicken Head on it. Don't Save Her on it. He had Getty Green before that. Break the Law 2001.
Yeah, Mr. Don't Play is his best one.
Is this the If You Ain't From My Hood? If You Ain't From My Hood, come on, man.
They saying Gangsta Pat, not Project Pat. Is that somebody different?
Oh, that's somebody different.
Wait, did I read it wrong? Oh shit, I did. My bad.
Who is Gangsta? I don't know who Gangsta Pat is.
I do know Gangsta Pat. Hold on.
He said Gangsta. Yeah.
I do know Gangsta Pat. Damn. Well, you're welcome.
I heard Pat. I ain't heard that before.
Oh, Gangsta Pat, bruh. Gangsta Pat. Woo, this from. Hey, I got this one. Tell your club down. I got this shit, bro, from 1999. I got it at the house. Oh man. Oh, hey, you don't remember? I don't know if you know this one, right?
Yeah, man, I know that one, man. Hell yeah.
Hey, man, Gangsta Pat, bro, man. Who? How old are you? Jeez, man.
Yeah, that's
I've never heard Gangsta Pat.
Oh man, bro. Hey, bro, I need to put you on. We maybe we
Okay.
do
Okay,
a
I'm
live
with it.
Twitch stream and play some
I'm
play you some dope music from back in the day. Yeah. So let me get that one. Tell your club down because I do actually have that one at the house. But man, he got a couple.
Keep
other,
going, man.
Sorry.
He going down a rabbit hole. God damn. Shit.
My bad. See what y'all done, man. Hey, man. All right. Piggybacking off of the Den and Sports Combo yesterday, who do y'all think had the best 2-year run in hip hop albums? Giving you a bit of a preview. Because we are actually doing a 3-year album run as well. So the 2 would be naturally included, right?
Yeah.
Or is that something maybe different, or
Nah,
it's
it's
just
the
kind
same.
of build up? Okay.
It's the same.
I'll throw out, I think a specific one that sticks with just 2 would probably be Lupe.
Yeah.
Mm.
The Food, Liquid, and Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good back to back. You know what I'm saying? Run. Yeah, I have to think about it.
I mean Kendrick, obviously. I mean,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean,
But that nigga's like on a 6 album.
yeah.
Fucking run, like-
Kanye, early Kanye.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I know we're gonna have that conversation though.
Jeezy. 101 and 102. Yeah, if we're sticking to 2.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, if we're sticking to 2, 100% Jeezy.
Gotcha. But yeah, we'll have that convo. That's on the docket.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, DMX is a good one. Same
Oh,
year.
100%.
Yeah.
Same year.
Yep.
Crazy.
Crazy.
All right. Where am I? Malcolm, are y'all doing an unbiased review of Drake and P&D LP? That actually will be going up tomorrow.
Yeah.
It is very unbiased as always.
Well, so here's the thing, and I saw the chat saying it, and I agree. We are as unbiased as possible for the most part.
Oh, don't feed into that.
Ken, look. I took a whole class on bias, so it's impossible. It's impossible to be 100% unbiased, But we do our best to be as unbiased as possible. You know what I'm saying? And I feel especially with a sensitive topic as Drake. You know what I'm saying?
Drake's a sensitive topic?
And now,
That's what I wondered, if he, that was intentional or what? Or is he
how
being
it
serious?
does. You know how it does. But at the end of the day, we try to be as unbiased as possible. What we do.
I always say
Dropping tomorrow.
It's all about the music for me.
They said FIFO took a DEI class. Shout out to RKF Master, man.
Donald Van says gatekeepers get the gas face. All right. That's a reference to old school joint. Dean, if we're talking about the culture, I can agree that it has to be protected to stay intact of what it's supposed to represent. However, the genre shifts over time, so there's no point in gatekeeping at all. It shifts because there's no gatekeeping. I'm sorry.
But you can't keep something stagnant either. It has to grow and evolve. And the people that are part of the quote unquote tastemakers or gatekeepers need to evolve too. Because remember, I talked about what's that guy's name? Older guy, Elliot Wilson, and how he felt about streamers. You know what I'm saying? He felt a little salty. Like, I used to be the person that used to get all of the exclusive stuff, and now I'm no longer doing that. Well, my nigga, you got to evolve.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. But I appreciate the comment, Dean. Aziz, y'all should do a 10 years rap retrospective on 2015. So many classes in 1 year. Tessie One Youth, To Pimp a Butterfly. If you're reading this, Dirty Sprite 2, Barter 6, Rodeos, Summertime 06, ALLA,
We've been doing this shit a long
ASAP.
time.
No, that's not it.
Yeah.
AL,
At long live ASAP.
at long last live ASAP. I was almost there.
Fuck.
All that this year? Oh, I'm with that.
But dog, it's been 10 years though.
I don't know. Just focus on what he's asking us to do.
That's crazy. But not all them albums is fucking. They still get a lot of them still get replay value now.
He put
That's
Barter
crazy.
6 on here. That's funny.
I said this, but I think people would be very interested to have y'all revisit the Drake project specifically too. Because I think the sentiments y'all had back then versus now are a little bit different and contrasty.
Look,
I like this idea.
Yeah, I'm always down to go back and revisit.
Yeah, for sure. I like that.
Or react to our own videos. Like I'm down either way.
Yeah, that was cool when we did it a couple times.
Yep. Brian, my weekly donation to DEHH. All right.
Oh, you didn't say the other part.
Nah.
I saw it when it came through.
I'm gonna get it off the screen too. You ain't pay enough to keep it on that long. Green beans. Unfortunately, it's too late for gatekeeping. The record companies control everything instead of organic regional radio. They'll push any and everything. You're right, but what I will say is that has been going on for a very long time. As a person that worked in radio for 2.5 years before I moved to Atlanta, I've seen what goes on behind the scenes. So I have an understanding of how all this stuff works and how all this stuff is pre-programmed. It's no secret. I think if anything, maybe it's gotten worse now. But I've been out the game for, well over 15 years. So who knows what's going on now. But yeah, the records companies always controlled everything. Always controlled everything. What else we got? We got Sean Mounts. It's easy or easier to discern when gatekeeping non-black hip-hop culture vultures is needed, but there's very little discussion by comparison regarding black culture vultures, which can be just as detrimental. Woo. Mm-hmm. Woo.
A couple artists just popped in the head too. Okay.
Ooh, that's fire.
That's a good angle. Good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, shout out to Sean Mounts, man. Too.
Yeah, that's a good one. Black culture vultures. He is absolutely right. He is absolutely right. They can be just as bad, if not worse, because people that are outside of the culture, translation, some white people, I said some, could look at that person as a source because of their skin color and make a very elementary decision based on the commentary that is being said, and walk away with that and start spreading that among their peer group, sometimes other white people, and then you have this thing that starts to build. And next thing you know, you have trash rappers running around creating music that shouldn't be created. And it's all because of this person that said this thing, or this person trashing somebody that actually makes thoughtful, dope, lyrical content, saying that, oh, we just doing a vibe now or whatever. So, yeah, that is a very good point, and I like that. And just for further clarity, this could also impact black people as well, because they see a person of their same color saying those points and take that and run with it, and then tell some of their white friends or black friends or whatever. So, yeah, good point. Good point. Where we are, Kenneth B. Orange. Yeah, I saw somebody saying I was wearing Larry June color. That was. Oh my goodness! I just got out of the StreamYard. Hold on, let me get back in here. Let's see what's going on. Yeah. And Aziz again. FIFO, stop ducking Mike. We need that race.
It was raining that day, bro. I brought the running shoes. Well, I was gonna bring the running shoes, but it was raining that day.
So you got actual running shoes? I need to purchase some.
Yeah. Rob Foster, that should be a topic we should expand on. Yeah, you know what? I might come back to that one. I really like what he said, if that's what he's talking about, what Sean Mount said. Anyway, just a couple of more. Do you guys still listen to Flatbush Zombies or Underachievers? Yeah, if they put out something, I'll check it out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, one of them did.
Not the one that sounded like Cookie Monster.
Wow.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that him?
Yeah, but I want to say it was Flatbush that just dropped something recently. I just know it was one of them.
I know Eric. I think Eric R. Ellie. I think he dropped the project a little early last year. Or
it was just recently. Okay. It was just recently. I want to say. Now, the last time they dropped something was 2018. But it was somebody that was associated with either one of them. And I was like, ooh. So I kind of listened, but I don't remember what it was.
I got you. Yeah, they're kind of more so like in their solo.
They are.
I don't know when the next time they'll actually come together. I don't think there's any issues. I just think they'll focus on the solo stuff.
Hey, FIFO, Drew Tube said, my track coach used to say excuses are the tools of the incompetents.
Yeah. What excuse am I making? That it was raining? Nigga, that's a look. First of all, we saw on a nice day, Rod fall like in the rain.
Bro, what the hell?
What part of the game is that?
What?
I'm not gatekeeping.
Spoiler alert.
I'm not
gatekeeping. Alert.
I'm not gatekeeping.
But if y'all want to see it, it's on this. The mic still on Patreon. But dang, man.
But that's promotion for them to go over there and watch
still, though. Jeez.
But yeah, dog. Like, look, I'm older now. And I'm not doing that in the wet, dog. Like, I'm just not. It has to be right conditions. I know.
I'm moving on, bro.
Right.
I'm moving on.
Yeah, he straight threw me on the. He did take a DEI class. The motherfucker. He just straight threw me on the.
That shit was so
Hey, man.
foul, bro.
Hey, go sign up for Is the Mic Still on Patreon? Go sign up.
Oh man,
Go watch that
Yo,
right now.
you gotta get the full context though. You gotta get the full context.
That's why they need to go sign up.
Wow, bro. Donald Van, you're
man.
guaranteed to create a classic. However, in order to spit hot fire, you can't brush your teeth for a year. No mouthwash either. What say you?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm not a rapper anyway.
Wait, what? Wait, I'm sorry. Hold on one second.
So in order to create a classic album, you can't brush your
Guaranteed.
teeth.
Yeah.
You
No,
can't
I'm
brush your
good.
teeth. What?
Yeah.
For a year.
No mouthwash, no nothing.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
rough.
good.
You
Yeah.
basically said, do I want to get gingivitis in exchange for a classic album?
Man, it's gonna be worse than just gingivitis.
Yeah, I say you was talking Mr. Teeth. on
You
that shit.
man, it's,
Yeah, man. If it does well, you can buy some, replace them.
It's a guaranteed classic.
no, but just because it's a classic doesn't mean that it's going to sell. He didn't say that it's gonna sell.
It could be like Blood Heavens.
Yep.
All right, so yeah, I'm out. RKF Master, do y'all feel like hip hop is the most self-referential genre?
It is.
All genres are influenced by previous artists, but for rap, I feel like it happens almost immediately. I want to write a book about this, LOL. And you should. You said
Yeah.
it is, FIFO.
Yeah. It is. I feel like we kind of criticize and chastise harshly when there are other influences, and oftentimes because we don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't understand the other genres for the most part. Not a lot of quote unquote hip hop heads listen to heavy metal and other stuff like that. But again, to me, having a relatively open mind, you know, that's the reason why I love Kenny Mason when he does the rap rock stuff, because I don't listen to it. I love the infusion of it. Yeah, I like how he does it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm personally not, you know, referential. You know what I'm saying when it comes to it, but I do agree with that statement. And you should write a book. You know what I'm saying? I think it'd be interesting to see how the depths that you go. Because, you know, are we talking like a book of, 35, 40 pages? We talking about like a book of 100 something, 200 something pages? Because like, hey, RFK Master, do it. I think that'd be interesting.
You know, I think because of that, it has maybe in this weird sort of way kept it around, for so many years. And it wasn't able to die out, because of this sort of, self-reimportance that it does, or in constantly referring to itself in this way. Other genres don't do it, but I think that's what makes hip hop unique, and different from other ones. So that is a very interesting perspective that you put out there, and one that I haven't really honestly thought about until now. So I actually like that a lot. I have to definitely ponder that some more and give it some more thought. But I encourage you, however, to definitely write that book.
Yeah, because like thinking about this question just a little bit deeper. Hip hop culture, like other genres, yes, and I feel like hip hop has been influenced by its predecessors, right? But because it's been the forefront of pop culture, not just for America but for the entire world, it's always about, okay, what's next, what's new. Where other genres, it's kind of like it is slower to change and or evolve. Where hip hop, it's like, okay, we're waiting for the next new wave of something, and then we go into it. Well, is it gonna stick or not? So like we have these crazy waves in hip hop that I feel no other genre of music has.
You know what's
My bad. I was just going to just toss in real quick. Also, the fact like I feel like other genres are a little more respectful to like
Yes, 100%.
who brought the stuff prior to them.
Yep. Hip hop doesn't have the same respect that other genres have. I agree.
I feel I'm wondering if that's starting to change now, but
The respect part.
yeah. I mean, you had Kodak Black just for years and others, you know, but I feel like, and maybe I'm conflating, you know, the OGs coming back and making music with some of the younger cats, respecting and admiring the OGs and giving them their proper due respect. But what was I gonna say? I think it is interesting now in present day, taking what you just a little bit of what you just said, is that hip hop was at one point a genre that didn't sample within. And now we're at the point where we do hear that
Yep.
more often than we used to. It used to be, let me go get some of the R&B joints. Let me
Yep.
go outside the culture
Gospel.
and get
Yep,
some
yep,
gospel. Let me go get Daft Punk and so other genres have been sampled. Now,
Yeah.
hey, they quick to borrow a line or a hook or something
Yeah.
from. We were talking about it on D365.
Yep.
How that's starting to become a thing.
Yep.
So that's also another thing that's relatively new in the space.
Yeah. 100%.
So where we at? That was the last one, but I want to read these two. Just comments that mask on or off. Say we need to do more playlists, and we've discussed that. I feel like we say that every year, but it's gonna be on. It's on the agenda.
We actually got some out last year. So
Yeah, we did. We did. But I feel like they could use like playlists from us because of this the space of hip hop that we play in, and it's not often represented enough out there. So, and Donald Dump made a point that I thought was interesting as well. I think y'all focus too much industry. Interesting thing that came out about Kendrick last year is that he aspires to be the biggest underground rapper. It's a mindset, not a business plan. And what I liked about that is that we were talking about underground being the new mainstream. And seeing Kendrick not compromise who he is and still becoming this guy by making the music that he wants to make. So he stuck to his guns, man. But, there's definitely, you have to have some type of business plan or what you're doing it for. But anyway,
All right.
that's it.
All right, cool, man. Thank you for going over those super chats, Ken, and thank y'all for sending those super chats in. And shout out to Curtis King, man. It is Curtis. I keep wanting to say Chris for some reason, but yeah, Curtis King, man. Like I said, we pulled this from Ken saw a conversation that he was having about the 2 Chainz Alchemist interview, and like I said, it caught Ken's attention and he brought it here. So shout out to him for creating dope content out there. Because we are not gatekeeping, you know what I'm saying? Shout, go follow that man, everything he does, and others alike, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, if you want to catch these live, you got to tune in every other Wednesday at this point, from at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. You can watch Dead and Hip Hop Live, either doing this or the listening, which is where we bring artists on and they release. They play 3 exclusive tracks for us, and 1 is extra exclusive because no one has heard it. So yeah, make sure you tune into that, and also please become a Patreon supporter. We do need to get those numbers up, so patreon.com/dead in hip hop. Like I said, we got some dope content happening over there, so make sure you become a Patreon supporter there. Anything else before we get out of here?
Thurs, Quelle, Chris, Reason, Curtis King. The next 4 listenings.
All right, cool. And we are dropping the Drake. What's the nigga name?
Party Next
Door.
P&D.
Yeah, it's a special video. We'll just say that. We'll say that. That's dropping tomorrow. So yeah.
we do have the Bad Boys bracket coming over the weekend.
Oh yeah, we have a Bad Boys bracket coming.
Yeah, bro. Look, man, we do a lot, bro. I forget the stuff that we have.
Yeah. But yeah, man, thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.